All right, let's go over a couple notes of this bent over row and tricep kickback. So first, couple different ways to set up your position. First, I'm going to demo from the chair. So you're going to set the feet about hip width apart, maybe just outside the hips. Get a little bit of bend in the knees, and we're going to be hinging at the hips. So sending the hips back, supporting on the non-working arm. So similar to when we talked about the planks, you want to actively engage the support arm, spreading the fingers nice and wide, gripping those fingertips down to activate the arch of that hand. Now we're going to hold the weight in the other side, or your imaginary weight, however you want to see it. From here, in the bottom position or the starting position, I'm just going to gradually reach forward. So I'm going to protract that shoulder forward, reaching to the floor, and then I pull that shoulder back, and I'm pulling that elbow straight up towards the ceiling. So again, I'm going to reach down, reaching forward, staying engaged, but just allow that movement through the shoulder blade. We're building some strength and mobility here. So we reach forward, pull the shoulder blade back, pull that elbow nice and high. And I'm focused to keep the shoulder down out of my ears. So I don't want to be shrugging up into my ear as I do this. You're thinking about pulling the shoulder blade down the spine and then pulling the lower part of that shoulder blade in towards the spine at the top. Okay. So essentially, that shoulder blade, you can see, imagine this being like your shoulder blades, they sit on your back of your rib cage, and they need to be able to glide and slide up and down that rib cage. We want to have some rotational movement through there, and we want them to come forward and back. So a lot of times people have shoulder problems because they lose that ability for the shoulder blade to move well along the rib cage. So we're always working that full range of motion and building that strength and that positioning of how that shoulder blade sits on the rib cage. When it sits forward, we tend to have that forward posture. When we build our mid back strength and build that strength, now it sets that shoulder blade back and it helps us to stand taller, hold better postures, feel more confident, because how you feel in your posture impacts how you feel in your body, and just to help you function better as a whole. So that's a little bit about that single arm row. The other thing I want to mention is that if you don't have a bench or a chair to support on, you can also stand in like a stagger stance or a tall lunge. So that's how I will be demoing on the left side for this circuit. So what that would look like, for my left arm, I'd set my right foot forward, left foot back. I'm going to bring my right forearm down, support on the thigh. From here, very similar. I'm going to reach forward, and then I'm going to row that weight up, pulling that elbow straight up towards the ceiling, reaching down, pulling up and in. And, especially just holding that position of your back. This is also working your midline, right? I'm just holding my core nice and strong, holding the back nice and neutral. This position especially, you could be more prone to kind of hyperextend, let that belly button drop forward and be arching through the back here. So bring some awareness, pull the belly button in, look to keep your back nice and flat whenever you're holding a bent over posture. All right, so that is the bent over row. Just a couple things on the tricep kickback. You may want to be really conservative with this, go light. You can even start without any weights initially, but it's going to be a similar starting position, and you're going to pull it up, and I'm going to hold it here throughout the reps. So I hold my upper arm parallel to the torso. I'm going to extend that elbow straight back, and then I'm going to rotate that palm straight up towards the ceiling. Bring it back to neutral, row in. So it's a kickback. I kick back the tricep, turn that palm up, and row in. Okay, we're going to be doing 30 seconds of each with some step or jumping jacks in between sets. All right, so let me know if there's any questions. Stay strong and keep it fun.